Hello friends, welcome to day 12. So I hope you're all good. So we will start in the next 5 minutes. So as you all know, means I would like you all to place like in this so that it can reach to more people, and we'll start with day 2 in 5 minutes. So share my screen also. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so we will be live in 5 minutes. We are waiting for other to join, so let's give them 5 minutes. Then we will join and we'll start. We'll complete ES6 today. So let's get started with the theory first. So what is ES6, or ES6 is also known as ECMA 6. So ES6 is the next generation JavaScript released in 2015 by the ECMA Technical Committee. It's added many new features in JavaScript. So JavaScript, who don't know, it was released in 1995. So after nearly 20 years, when JavaScript became a craze, means JavaScript, as you all know, controls almost everything, means from web to backend and almost everything, but mainly it is popular on the web. So most of the features of ES6 now run in all browser as of 2020, except IE11 as always. So uh, it took 5 years for all the browser to support ES6. So you can means definitely use ES6 everywhere, and even Microsoft is moving toward the edge, means it also retired, I think, I9 or something. So if you want to see the compatibility table, so there is a compatibility table also here. Let me open it. So this is the compatibility table, so in which browser it is supported and all. See, desktop browsers are there, Chrome 86 and all, Safari. So most of the features See, this is very, even after ES6 there was ES18, ES7 must release. So there are many things which are yet they are trying to release. So it gives everything, means as you can see most of it is green. See, IE11 is all red. So most of the thing, array static method, all these things, so it is written here what are the things, symbols, all these things, they are not supported well in ES6. Okay, so let me increase the size. Okay, so everything else is okay. So let me go back to the slide and we will start now. So the first thing which we are going to learn is let var and const. So initially for 20 years in JavaScript we had only var. So var, and then the problem with var is that var is uh, functional. Var is not functional scope. Var is functional scope but nothing else. So even if with the if or something it will not work. So let is a block scoping which is there in almost every language. The block scoping, if you do something inside the if it will work. So and const also we will see. So let us quickly hop into a Jsbin, and Jsbin is a cool tool in which you can write JavaScript and console. You don't have to right click and open the console. So I generally use for giving this demo. So let me start with var first name equal to Nabendu. If you're able to see, because I have already put in the maximum. Okay, so let me know if you're not able to see. So console.log of first name, and if I run it, yeah, it will console.log. And similarly let last name equal to Biswas, not lst name. And if I run it, yeah, I have to clear it and run it, or else it shows the old one. Nabendu Biswas, it will show. So from here you will see there is no issue here, nothing. But the real thing is if true. So as I told, var is not block scope. So this is a block. Okay, where age equal to 20. So in other languages we should not be able to use it outside the loop, but now see console.log age. Let me comment this out. Console.log age. Let me clear and run it. We are able to use it. It should not allow us to use it because, as I told, where is not block scope, but it is functional scope. So let me, what is functional scope? So it scope only is there inside the function. Where see, now what we will do, we'll move it inside. Let me clear it and run it, and now it is defining run because we are not able to run because age is not defined here. So because its scope is from here till here. So let me show one more thing. If I do it here, will it run this age? Yes, it will run. No, it is giving error because first it ran this one. Oh, sorry for one thing. How will this function run? So my bad. Where function should have to run like this, then only the function will run. Clear it and it will again give the error itself, because it ran this first console.log. Clear it, run it. 20 is happening, and it runs in the starting only, and it gives us the error. So as I've told, var is functional scope, not block scope. So what is then let? So let change it to let, and this I have already removed. So let is here. So if you so whether it will run or not, and so you might have guessed it will not run. It will give us an error because it's, and from here till here, it doesn't need any function. Let me remove this. You don't even need a function now, and it will give a error. Only it will be available here. It will not be available outside. So that is let. So let us move ahead, and we will now look into const. Means what is const? So const const is we cannot assign a new value to a variable after the initial declaration for parameter data type like integer, string, but we can add value to non-parameter data like type like arrays and objects. So this is very important to understand what it is. So actually const is much better than let, and is used by most of the programmers. So let me show how. So const first age equal to 6. So this is a primitive data type, because that's what we have written, that it is a primitive data type like integers and string. So first age is like this. Now console.log first age. So what it will print? So it will print like the 6, but if I try to change it in let and var, it is you can easily change this first age const, as you should know const means constant. So I want to change it to 8. So it will give me error that it is not allowed. Okay, so this is the thing, but again run it, it will show. So let me comment it out. So but what is allowed actually? So let us see what is allowed actually. As I've said, in the case of arrays and objects, it is allow us to add elements to it, but we cannot change it like this. So we will see that const child ages, we have an array const child ages 5 comma 6 comma 8 comma 10 is there, and then console.log child ages, and it will show this. So but again, what is not allowed, I will show. Child ages equal to, suppose comma 12. So I'm changing it. I want to change it like this. Is it allowed? No, it is not allowed like this. Okay, let me again comment it out. But what is allowed actually? Child ages dot push. So we can add with the push, pop, all these things are allowed. Push, I'm pushing it, the method, clear, run, it is been added correctly. So this is allowed. We can, as we can, but we can add the values to it, but we cannot change it, because this is changing it. So that is not allowed. Now we will see for the person obj equal to name is Nabendu comma skill is JS. So object is there. Okay, so now console.log person obj, clear it, run it. I don't want this anymore, so comment it out, clear it, run it, and it will show. Ignore this console for it. Our Jsbin shows this object. So it is like this. Now we cannot again do like this. If you want, I will show person object equal to hobbies, my hobby is streaming. So is it allowed? No, it is not allowed. So let me comment it out. Okay, so now what are the things which are allowed? So first thing, dot skill, we can change it, anything else, react, this is allowed, and person obj dot hobby equal to, now we'll add like this, and now clear it, run it. See, we have changed the skills also, and we have added a new key value for here also, so that both of them are allowed in this way. That's why I was telling you const is so powerful. So most of the time we don't want to change the initial value. 99% of time we don't want to change the initial value, but we want to change it through copy it to some value and change it. So especially it is used a lot in array and object, this const. Okay, so this is the second thing. Now what we are going to do, we are going to learn about fat arrow functions. So fat arrow functions are introduction in ES6. So what do they do? So they're the new way to write functions, and they are very good way to write a function, and they use a lot nowadays every developer, because in this the value of this belongs to that function. I will not go much detail into this because I have many YouTube videos in my channel which you can see if you want to see. So this is a new way to write function, and fat arrow functions keep it context, and we don't have to work around like bind up and all that, the thing which I was telling. So let me quickly open it. Yeah, okay, so let us quickly do it. So first function, I think I should be a bit more large. I think this is good. 200 function fn, this is a normal function, normal JavaScript function. We will see first console.log, this is normal function. Okay, fn, and it will run. This is a normal function. Now what is an ES6 function? So as a generally we take a variable, so it is somewhat like the function expression we used to use earlier. So it is like this, function fn es6, so we are taking a variable equal to bracket like this, like this is this bracket, but we'll use a fat arrow, which is fat arrow is equal to and greater than sign, and there should not be any gap between them or it's an error. It should be like this, and then this. This is ES6 function fn ES6 Let me comment this out. Let me clear it. Let me run it. And this is ES6 function. Okay, so this is done. And there is one more thing. If there is only one line, okay, so what is happening, I don't even have to, there are many shortcuts here. I don't even have to give this. You have to, I can have it like this in a single line. If I, this only applicable only when we have a single only a single line. Okay, and in a lot of cases we have that thing. This is a ES6 function, it will not throw any error. And now let see it with a return statement. Es6 const fn es6 multi equal to this. Let a equal to 3, let b equal to 4, return a into b, and console.log fnes6 multi, and we are calling it. So we are having a return here, so, and it will work. So in okay, so what we are going to do now, so we can change this, means to let us change it to a single line. Let me remove this, let me make some space because I make it big, so it is going soon. So const fn es6 double args. So we will pass arguments now, and let us see a comma b. So we are passing two arguments. Return a modulus b. Me comment it out. Console.log so not a number. Okay, we have to pass something. So 10 comma 5 will pass 0, so it gets divided, so 0. Yeah, it is correct. And as you might have guessed, even you have not guessed, means it is like this. Double argument, I don't need this. If, as I have told earlier, if there is a single statement, we don't need it. And the another thing is that we don't even need return. So it by default it means it is returning. So it is so easy. So even it's a single statement, we don't even need a return. And we use in a lot of places like this. Let me clear it. Let me run it. Yeah, 0 it will come. And now let us see the case for not single double but single args. Let me comment it out. Single args, single args, single args. Let me only pass 5, and whatever is the no, let me pass 10 actually. So let me have a, and whatever a is, I will divide it by 5. So the case like this. So let me clear it, let me run it, and 0 will come. But the main thing which I want to tell here is that we don't even need this bracket. So this is the simplest form of and fat arrow function. So this is also used in a lot of places. It's such a small statement. And then clear it and run it, and we'll get this 0. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to learn is the default parameters. So what are default parameters? So default parameters are values that can be used in the parameter in the function which are taken when no values are passed. This apply to both normal function and arrow function. So when they were released, it will apply to both. Ordering is very important in default parameter, and we will soon see why ordering is very important in default parameters. So earlier, before ES6, it was very difficult to have some default values. Means if you don't pass any argument, so what will happen? So let me create a new one. Yeah, so const is equal to num1 comma num2 return num1 plus num2 console.log is equal 10 comma 10. So it will give not is equal, so is equal should be written like 1 2 3. Okay, so it will compare. I don't know, plus it I want to, yeah, it is true. So it will work like this. So what in programming, there are many time the situation comes in which we don't want to give one parameter. So what will happen in this case? See, equal to 20. If I write equal to 20, see, this will give me true itself because I'm passing the parameter. So when I pass the parameter, that will be overridden here. But you might have guessed, if I do like this, it will happen. It will be false because what happened? It took 10 here. Okay, 10 for this and 20 for this. Let me prove it. Console.log num1 num2, clear it, run it. Num1 it had taken 10, num2 is 20, and then it is false. So this is how it is work. But this ordering is very important. As I have told, this ordering means we cannot give it means easy. Let take this is the equal example only. Means let me delete this from here and I will add it here. 10, let me add this 10 value, and now I'm passing this 10. So what will come? Means I'm passing just 1 2, I will pass it to override and anything will happen. So let me do this. So what is happening? 10 is overriding this thing. Okay, then num2 is getting passed undefined and it is false. So we don't want like this. We want this not to be overridden in some cases. So what we do here, undefined comma, now it will be okay. So undefined, so it took it 10, this 10, and it is true. So I should say that generally I have seen, and it is a practice, we should not give the default parameter this one, or we have to pass something as undefined. Generally give this last parameter only equal to that. So that is the way it works. So this is default parameters, and now what we are going to see, we are going to see this object literal extensions and dynamic fill. In object literals, we now have an extension for key of an object, which we will see. It's better to see through an example. By dynamic field, we can assign dynamic values to a key. This to a very powerful concept, and I have seen both of them in use a lot in React. A lot, because most of the ES6 features are used in React. So let us quickly go into our terminal. Let me clear it, and we will see this example. So where are we? Okay, so let name equal to with the it is a ES6 feature to, it's better to define it like this, age equal to 8 and let obj equal to name. So C age is age. Console.log obj. Okay, so what I want to say, see, suppose I have a variable name, means this I'm storing it for the value part, as a you know, all know object is key value pair. So key, I have also kept the key also as name, and this is also age, the variable outside. So this is the common case in a lot of places. So in ES6, what they say, that if this is the case in which the key value pair are same thing, then we can do like this, we can omit it. So ES6 is all about shortcuts, so we can omit it, and it means the same thing. The internal JavaScript engine will add those things, so it is the same thing. So let me do it, and it is the same thing. So this is known as object literal. So the next thing which we are going to see is the dynamic fields. So what is dynamic field? So let us see another example. Let age field equal to age. Let ES6 obj. Let me first even comment it out. So let ES6 obj equal to name is Shikha, and this is very important. This age field I have taken not for the value but for the key. So I can give here age field, and I can do something here, console.log ES6 obj, clear it, run it, and I will get it. Okay, so means this is a very powerful concept. Yeah, these brackets are required, so this is a very powerful concept, and means we can dynamically assign any field. Means I've seen this also used a lot in the programming. Okay, so this is our dynamic fields. Now we will look into one of the most powerful features of ES6, which is the rest and spread operator. You'll see it everywhere nowadays. It's been used in everywhere, from React, Redux, everywhere, from JavaScript. In plain JavaScript, means this is such a powerful concepts that they're used everywhere. So with rest operator, we can pass arguments to function, and it's going to convert it into an array. So they are a bit opposite of each other, but the syntax is almost similar. We give three dot operators, and the spread operators, the opposite of rest, which takes the array and convert it into a list of arguments. Okay, so in different contexts we'll use them, and then they will behave like differently. Okay, so first we'll see the rest operators. So let r func equal to, I'm using this, you can use anything. So let a comma b comma c comma d. Okay, so find out function I'm using, console.log this a comma b comma c comma d. Let me do this, and then arr func 1 comma 4 comma 2 comma 8. So it will give me this. So why I'm writing array function? So many time what happens, I need this to be converted into an array, whatever arguments I pass. See, it is not that like I have a fixed number of arguments. I can pass 10 variables also, I can pass 12 variables also, and I have to convert it to an array inside it. So earlier we have to write a logic for that. So now it is very simple for that. So I want to convert it into an array. So just I have to pass dot dot dot. I have to write 3 times, and array arr I have to write, and whatever name means. So it will be converted into an array as I have told. Let me do 10 basics, and it will be converted into an array. So it's a very powerful thing. That's a rest operator. So let us see another use case of it, which will show it how more powerful it is. Let rest func equal to, suppose it means first pass the argument a comma b comma c dot log of array and rest func we have to do 1 comma 2 comma 4 and 56 comma 78 comma 99 comma 34. So you might have guessed. So the use case is that I want this 3 to be argument abc and the rest of them converted to an array. So how will you do it? So it is very easy to do it through here. So I will do a comma b comma c. I think I lose the bracket. Oh, I don't know what is happening, why it is inserting. So yeah, so a comma b comma c and comma, again it is doing like this. Okay, let it do whatever I want to do. Dot 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 arr, you might have guessed. Then and it will be converted to an array like this. Let me clear it, run it. 1 to 4, and this is always converted into an array. So this is the power of rest parameter. But the next thing which we are going to see, it is even more powerful than that, and I have seen its use cases more than the rest operator, and it is known as the spread operator. So let's see the spread operator. Okay, so let x equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, so we will first look into a use case for the spread operator. A lot of time in programming happens, we need to copy one variable to another variable, so like this. So I want, so x to be, I want a y to copy x. So what will happen, like y dot push, after that I do y dot push 5. Okay, and then console dot log of y. I don't know why it is happening. Okay, so let it happen. So what happened means, what will happen now? So what will happen, the x will also be changed, because in JavaScript, just like another language, it is actually referenced. These values are referenced, so both of them will become equal, and it is not a desirable outcome anyway. So generally in programming, we don't want one variable to change. Bigger program, it will create havoc. So the thing is that for this, we need to copy x to y in a way it doesn't disturb it. And there are many methods before es6 were there, which we used to use to do that. So temp, we can create a temp variable also like this. And so the way to do it is here, let c equal to 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8. Okay, and let d equal to, we'll take a array because we want an array, and then dot 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 c. So what it does, it spreads it. It is not a spread operator, it is spread it, but we need it as an array, so we are giving it inside an array. And this is the use case in which you use a lot, means it will spread it, it means. And now d dot push dot in console dot log of c, console dot log of d. Okay, so let me have d first and then show you c. Let me comment it out, clear it, run it. See, d 13 got pushed, but it is still the same. It means didn't got pushed. So this is one of the very good use case. Another thing which is which used to a problem before es6, let me show that. Let x equal to, and that is that we want to combine arrays, means so earlier we, if we want to do that, we have to run a for loop and all these things, but now it is very easy. Let a, I don't want this. Let a equal to 6 comma 7. Let d equal to 3 comma 8, and let z or z equal to, I want an array in which all these three should be there. How I do it? Dot 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 x. Let me first comment it out. Dot 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 x comma dot 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 a comma dot 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 d. So just like this, if I do, it will happen. X and console dot log of z. There, run. It is giving me some error. Maybe I know. Okay, see the error I have given. I have given only 2 dot. It should be 3 dot. No error is there, and it is 1 2 6 7 3 8. It is done. So this is to combine that. So this is a very powerful method. And then after that, let see the case for object. Let me comment it out. Let obj1 equal to foo is pa and x is 42. Okay, so first we'll see the clone thing, means how to, yeah, that is known as clone. So wait, sorry, my phone. Does anyone have a problem? Let me ask, does anyone have a problem? I have not seen anyone replying actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and obj1 equal to foobar and where we and x equal to 42. So yeah, so that thing which I've seen, as I've told, it is known as cloning. So let clone obj to copy it without affecting the real object. That is known as a process of cloning in programming. So dot obj1 and then console.log clone obj run. Yeah, it will clone it. Okay, now what I want to show is how to let me do one thing, how to merge and why merging is different. So obj2 foo, let foo be the same, foo pass, and let there is a different variable x and 13. Let me comment this out. Now what I will do, I am merging. Let merge obj equal to dot obj1 comma dot obj2. Okay, console.log of merge object, clear it, run it. Now what will happen, see, the key was same for both of them, foo and, but here it is bar, here it is bash, so it overwritten it didn't return again a foo, it cannot create anyways, so x and y, but it created another. So this is how merge object work. So we are done with this. Now what we are going to see, we are going to see template literals. So what are template literals? It is a better way to write a string with the backticks. So why better way? Nowadays it is used everywhere because it is very powerful and means the long cut is very long, means it is prone to errors also. So by this we can escape that variables. Sometimes we want to have a character, escape character, and all those things we can escape. So let's see how it is. Let me do a new, and then let us see the old way to do it. So let name equal to bond. Okay, so let bond line. So what we are going to do, so we want to say it's bond James Bond, the famous bond line. So first we want to say it's, so it I have written, but I want a code. So how will I will give the code? So the thing is that I have to escape it like this, or it will give an error. It's, then it will be close here, and then I want to join these things. So I have to use plus name plus again. I want to have James plus name, and then console.log bond line clear, run. It's Bond, James Bond. But many times I've seen what happens. Sometimes you'll forget this. Sometimes you'll forget this. Like this. Then what will happen? See. So you have to keep in care that this also, that it should be like this. It should be like this. Then always it will run. So now we will change it to ES6 Template Literals, which are a craze nowadays. I've seen it used everywhere. So let bond line, because this plus is also very hectic to use. Every time you have to use a plus 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 to use it in a string. So we have to use this key. This is known as I always forgot. This is known as backticks, and it is there in the US keyword after beside one. That one number is there, or below escape in the US keyword. So I know there are many different keywords, but the US keyword is the most used. So below the escape it is there. So I have to do that. And this is known as backticks. So then I can use anything. It's bond, James Bond. So this is a variable which we want to use, but this is a different way in which we use it here. We have to give a dollar, then a curly bracket, and then name. So this is only for variable, and then we can write normal English, James name, just like this. And it's Bond, James Bond, and it is like this. Okay, so that's it in it. So let's move forward, and what we are going to see, we are going to see array and object distribution. Again, it's a very powerful concept, and most of the concept in ES6 are like there to help us. So this is also one of that concept, array and object distributing. Some of them are very good, and some of them are there. It helps the code to be precise and codes to be small. So this is one of that feature. Okay, so but most developers like it a lot, and I have seen object destructuring a lot used in React when you pass the props. So we do a lot of object destructuring there. So we will start with array ds structuring. Okay, so what is array destructuring? Const rgb equal to an array 255 comma 200 comma 0, and then const r. So I want the individual item of it. So the way before ES6 is rgb, and I want them in a variable 0 e, then g, it is index, we have to give it b, index we have to give 0 1 2. So as array starts with 0, so like this, and console.log r comma g comma b. Okay, so let me clear it, let me run it, and it will give me all these things. So there is a better way in which we can do it in the same line in ES6, as you might have guessed. So I have to do comment it out, const. This is a weird type of syntax, but I have to show. So this bracket and this bracket we will use it ahead, r g comma b and equal to rgb. So this is the syntax. What it will do, whatever the array is there, it will assign this first value, however number of values, means three values are, we know three values are there. So first this to here, g this to here, and b here, and if I clear it and run it, it will give me the same thing. So this is known as array destructuring. So and it is even more powerful if we use it with our spread operator, which we have learned recently. So let us see another example. move this. I want some space. So const even equal to 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8 comma 10 comma 12. So I have an even number, and but I want only the first and the second number, and the remaining should be put in an array. So const, as you might have guessed, first comma second comma, we are using the spread operator which we are using here, dot 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 remaining equal to even console.log first second remaining, and it is done like this. Okay, so there is another important concept which I want to tell. Let me do it here only. I have only 3. Okay, even the first 3, but I want, so let me remove this. I want to show something else. Yeah, this only. I want the first and the second only, and not other thing I want. So I will do like this: first and the second, and then the comma. So and I will run. It will run. But suppose I want only the second one. So I can do even like this: this two, comma, and then the second, and then the comma, and then it will be done. Okay, so this is array destructuring. Let us move to object destructuring. Object destructuring const developer equal to first name Nabendu, last name Biswas, country is India. Okay, so const, so as you might have guessed, the array destructuring will this object destructuring will have an object like here, like then first name comma last name comma country equal to developer and console.log first name, last name, and country, and it will be like this. So this is that easy, and the object don't have a problem like array, that comma thing which we have seen. Suppose I don't want a last name, just omit it, because and they are not indexed value, so just omit it and it will work, no issue. So it happens a lot in the time of props. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to do are some array helper methods for each map, filter, and reduce. They use a lot nowadays, and everywhere we use this for each map, filter, and reduce. So let us use them, learn to use them. So, and they were released a bit before, I think, ES6, so they were used popular even before that. So we had a library before this known as Lodash, which was a craze in JavaScript and in the time of jQuery. So all the functionality they had taken it from there, means they have functions similar to that. So nowadays it's not required to use Lodash, and nobody uses also Lodash. So for each, first thing we will see the for each is a classical replacement of the for loop. So for loop is there. So let family equal to Nabendu Shikha with that, and then we'll have a for loop for let I equal to 0. We want to show the individual, so this is the way how we do it, the longer way. And then I is less than family dot length I plus plus, and console dot log family I. So this is the way, the classical way in which we show everything. This will take a length and then the family I, it will show. So let me clear it, run it. Why is not running? Let me inspect. I don't know why it is not running. Oh, I make the classic mistake. I do it always. My keyword, I don't know how I do. Then LNGTH, I have a spell mistake. So now when it will print. So this thing happens. Such a long thing is there. This is bound to happen, and it happens with me a lot. So there is a very easier way to do this, and that is through the for loop. So as I've told, it was released a bit before ES6, and ES6 the arrow functions were released. So this is very useful with the arrow function, but even before that this was released for each. We'll write this for each is, as I have told, it's the replacement family dot forward each, then function. We have to write anything like member or anything we can write. This is not required to have a member or something, it can be anything. And then this is an anonymous function which we are running inside it, and console dot log of mem member. Let me comment it out, and let me do this. Why it is family dot for each is capital function member, and it doesn't return also. Let me, actually it should work. Oh, but where is family? So it is looping to an array, but there was no array. And it will run. But there is a better way. After the invention of ES6, in after the release of ES6, actually it is even much better. We don't use this function type of thing, means we use the arrow function, and which is a very good, this is a very good use case of this, which is member. And since it's got a single line, so we don't have to worry much. Also, we don't even have to give it inside the brackets like this we have given, because it's a single argument. As I have told, a single argument don't require that bracket, and just console dot log mem member, just this much, just this much is required. And see, it is so powerful. Just in one line we have replaced all of the for loop, so that's why it is so powerful and it has been used. And then we will see a map now. So let's see map. So first we'll see map use case. Let number equal to, so which type of loop it replaced. Okay, let number, we have a number array, we want to double everything in this. So 2 should become 4, 3 to 6, and 4 should become 12. Or yeah, we want to means to the power like that. So double nums, whatever. So earlier, this is what the use case means. Earlier what we used to do, we will create an empty array, then we loop through it in the old following, because in the old days we didn't have this for each and all. So let I equal to 0, I is less than let me make it numbers, because it is always good to follow the rules. It is not number, it is numbers, it is plural. Okay, numbers dot length, let me put it right, I plus plus. So my key, I type it like that always, I press H before T, and double nums dot push. So we have created a empty array for this only. Push numbers numbers array, then the I then into 2 I am doing, and so it got pushed there. So every time it is looping through it and it is pushing it, it means so every time it will multiply it and push that multiplication, but we have to loop through the array. The problem is there. So console dot log of double nums like this and run it, and it got doubled. Okay, so so what why is map used? See, we can use for each also in this case, but what will happen for each, again we have to do this double thing, although we will get an element, but we have to do it like this. So for this case, a special thing is their map. So the difference between map and for loop, let me first do it, then I will tell the difference, but I have to comment on this much, or else we'll get the same error which we have got earlier. So let the yeah, and one more important thing is that map always returns something, so we have to store it in a variable. For each doesn't return anything, it is like a for loop. So like this, we are not making it equal to anything. So if something is returned, we have to make it equal to something, so it always returns. So we have to make it to a equal to variable, then numbers dot map, and again we'll use that syntax which for a single line, because that's why these are very powerful. We can use it in the single lines, but if we have multiple lines, what we do, we will give that curly brackets. Okay, so this number star 2. And one more thing, this numbers I have told that this is plural and this is singular, that only we have to see. Number is, even it is not required to give it number, I can give it item, anything, even I can give, but it is better to give it the same thing, make it plural and make it singular. So let me do this. Console.log doubled. So it is working fine, perfectly, it is working. So this is map. So I was telling what is the difference between map and a for each. So map and for each is that they will return the same number of items what is there. So if there is 3 items, it will return the 3 items. But what map is more, why map is sometimes more powerful than for each, because you can add something to it. In React, a lot of cases is that you have to add some span or something when we map, when we loop through something. So map is used a lot in those cases. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to use for each map filter. Okay, so we'll look into another very powerful thing known as the filter. Okay, so filter. So there are many cases in which we need to filter something from an array. Just maybe a case of a site like Amazon, in which let's see that case. I hit some endpoint. Generally we hit some endpoint and we get some data back, and I will get a data back for all the products. But then the user click to get only the smartphone or the laptop. Then what happens? Then this type of logic get, this type of logic which was is written by some Amazon engineer, this type of logic will happen. So as I've told, most of the time in anything from an API, we get it like an array of objects. Name, Samsung M21, category is smartphone, comma, M31, category is smartphone, it is MacBook Air, category is laptop, and ES6 Zenbook, category is laptop. Like this, we can omit this. And now what we are going to see, we are again going to see how to filter from it. See, suppose I need only the laptops, or suppose I need only the smartphone. So what I'm going to do, the earlier way was like this: let filtered products equal to, again we have to take an empty array just like this, and we will loop through the for loop and then push to it. So you might have guessed, for let I equal to 0, I is less than products dot length I plus plus, and then we have to use a if loop inside it. If product, so it will loop through it, maybe hundreds of product it will loop through it. So if products I dot category, see the category is there. So when we give a product I, when it will loop through the product, it will give us this object. So how to, we are doing the dot notation of dot category. Then we are checking triple equal to, let me give it correctly, smartphone. Then we will add if it is equal. So in these two cases it won't be equal, it will be equal only in this case. Then what we are going to do, then we are going to do the filtered product dot push. What filter product dot push? Product I. You want to push the complete object. Okay. Console dot log filtered product, and I got it, the smartphone and the two objects I got it. So this is the long way to do it. Now let's see the short way from the ES6 filter. So filter, again it returns, and one thing to notice in filtered is that even if it returns, it is not always the case that it will return the equal number of items. It can return less also or equal also. Okay, or it cannot return anything also, because we check a condition in this products dot filter. So this filter we have to give, then product, as I've told, I can give item also, anything I can give, but I'm following that convention. So then this is the function product dot category will equal to smartphone console dot log filter ES6. There is nothing like this. Let me clear it and let me run it, and it did it correctly. That filtered product, it did it correctly. Let me do for laptop also. Clear it, run it, and it will do correctly for it. So this is the power of filter. Okay, this much code it had reduced to one line. So now we will see reduce. There is another important function, but reduce is, the main cases of reduce are a bit complicated, but it can, the simple case it is to, it generally reduces, as the name says, it reduces everything to a single value. So let numbers equal to 20, 30, 40, and first we'll see the use case. Suppose I want to get a sum of the numbers, then what? Where sum equal to 0 I will take. For let I equal to 0, I is less than numbers dot length I plus plus, and sum plus equal to numbers I, sum equal to sum plus I, it means console dot log sum. Clear it, run it. Yeah, it will give 90. Okay, so now how to use reduce. First, again it returns, so we have to hold it in a variable sum reduce equal to numbers dot reduce, and actually it takes two variables, and we have to pass two variables, but and it is convention to use it as ACC, it is an accumulator and current. You can use the complete also, accumulator and current, but you can use ACK or cur also. So like this arrow function, now we have to take it, expand it, and because we have to return it again, I want to show the return because the everything returns something. Even we can that map and filter also we could have used this, that's why I'm taking, or I could have done it in a single line also. So return ACC plus cur, like this. And another thing, we have to give an initial value also, which is 0. I'll give. So what it will do now, console.log sum reduce clear sum, and it is okay. But how does it work? What is this accumulator and sum? So as the accumulator is accumulate something and current is the current value. So how it works, so the first time it gets, and this is the initial value, this is the initial value. So the initial value it takes at 0, and then what is the current value? So when it will loop like the for loop, so current value is 20, so it will do this 20, okay, and which will be equal to 20. So now what will happen, this 20, this accumulator will become 20 and the current value will become 30. So next time this accumulator will become 20 and the current value will become 30, so it will be equal to 50. Now the next time what will happen, this 50 become the accumulator, 50 plus current value will be 40, which is equal to 90. So it will run like this. So this is reduce. There are many good use cases also, you can find it out. Reduce, actually reduce is the most powerful. You can have everything else through reduce also. So this we completed our ES6. There is something known as classes also in ES6, but it is better to see it through a project. Actually that project I was going to tell yesterday, but I didn't told, and this is the perfect time to tell to complete that project. Okay, so for that I will use ES6. I will use VS Code actually, because that's a project. So mkdir, that project is a book list project. So book list and cd book list, as you might have seen yesterday also. I like to do it through here also, here only html, create 3 files, index.html, styles.css, main.js. This 3 file I will select, and then I will open my VS Code and use the Windows shortcut to align them. I want this here. Okay, it is old one is running, so old project is running, but it will not work. So index.html and main.css, let me make it a bit more so that you can see it. And as usual, I will copy the index.html from the project. Then I will explain it. Let me Control A, Control Shift P, format selection. So this is a project. Control S. Let me go live. Yeah, and it is showing. Let me refresh it. And I'm using extension, as you all might know. So all of the styles are also done. Why the styles are done? Because we are using a bootstrap here, and fondosum and Bootswas. There is a Bootswas site from which I have taken the theme. So all the styles are actually done. So everything is bootstrap here. I think we don't even need this styles or CSS because we are using this from fondosum. This Bootswatch is a very good site, means you can just, and then all of these are bootstrap classes. So container is there, mt4 is a bootstrap class again, audible books, my audible books. Then this title is there, there is a form is there, inside that these titles are there, like this, uh, id, author, isbn number of the book. Then add book button is the primary button, and this title, author, isbn. So these are there, and the book list is there where we will show the book list actually, and then the main.js is included. So let us go to main.js, and as I have told, we use the classes a lot here. So let us create the classes, and which are used extensively in React, so it is very good to learn the classes. So class book, so we'll have a class book which will have a constructor. So classes have constructors, so which runs only for the one time when a class is initialized. So a lot of concepts are like the higher order languages like Java and C++. So title and constructor. So if you want to initialize anything, we do it in the constructor. Author, comma ISBN, and you can use this here. This dot title equal to title, this dot author equal to author, and this dot ISBN equal to ISBN. Okay, so this is the book class. So let me also add some comment. This is the book class which represents a book. Okay, then we'll have a UI class which will handle the UI task. So in classes we can divide the program into different classes like class UI. Yeah, another important topic, static. So we can have static methods also. So what are static methods? Static methods can be called directly, means we don't have to instantiate. It's an object in classes. If you want to call any method, we have to call it through the object, but in a static we don't need that. This play books, so this method, so right now we are storing it here only, the book. This is a bit big project, so hold on to me. I have a surprise. Const stored books equal to an array, title is Gatsby projects, comma title, author is Nabendu Biswas. Yeah, my book is releasing soon, so I'm the author for it. ISBN something 3 4 5 6 7 8, and then copy this. Advanced Gatsby projects. This is my another book which is getting released. So Gatsby is like React only. You can create very good static sites with Gatsby. So, but it is much better than React. It has got many extensions. So you can, if you want, you can buy my books. Their complete projects are there in those. So let's go ahead and const books equal to stored books. So now what we are going to do, we are going to this loop through the book. So we have called this function means store this stored. Okay, so this array stored books, we have just copied it here, and then because we're soon going to change it, that's why I have copied it. Books dot, we'll use ES6 forEach book singular UI dot add book to list. We're soon going to create another function list book we are passing. Okay, book we are passing. So our this is ending from here to here, a function. So this is another UI function, which is, so this static function is generally meant to be used within the class only. So this again is a static function actually. So this function sends here static this book const list equal to document dot query selector hash book dash list. Yeah, I have to do it inside a quotes. Okay, so what is book list? This t body, this is the book list, an empty thing. So we are going to create it. Book list table. It is a, what it is, it is a table body because it is inside a table which has a table head of title, author, and ISBN. And this is a table body book list which we are going to create through JavaScript. Okay, const row equal to document dot query select document dot, so we are going to create an element, create element table row, and then row, this row which we have created dot inner HTML, because we are going to give HTML here, table row. So inside that t body we will have table row like this. Okay, table data, we have a table data, and this table data will end here. I'll have it 4 times actually, and inside it we're passing this book where you will use that. Book dot title, as you might have guessed, and then this is book dot author, this is book dot ISBN. And what is this for? This is for actually a delete element, delete the anchor tag, so by which will be able to delete this book. So a href equal to, okay, class, we are using bootstrap, so we can give btn danger btn small. This delete, this is very important, this is a class which we are creating, we'll use it later on. X is there, a, okay, so a is there, and we have a this x is there. So then after this row is done, list dot append child of row. So we will append this to the this row will append to the list, and this is, we are selecting the book list, okay, and then we save it and nothing happens, because what we need to do, document dot add event listener. Yeah, we'll have a special thing, dom content loaded. When the DOM content will load, then will run UI dot display books. We will run it UI dot display books, and UI dot display books will be there, in which we have an array of objects. Then this will run this forEach, and then this will run this, and for each book it will come here to, so there are two books, it will come two times, and it will add this thing. So let me save it, and everything is right. We will see this here, and we are seeing it here, it means everything is right. I think I will increase the size here. Okay, so now we will add the logic to add a book. So let's go ahead and add a logic to add a book. Okay, so there is add book logic is there, means user fill everything and then add book. This is hard coded thing which is there by default. When it will load, it will come, but now we want to user to be able to add a book. So document dot query selector hash book form, which this form we are targeting, book form dot add event listener, submit, comma e dot, as always we'll do e dot prevents default first, and then we'll get the form value. Okay, so const title equal to document dot query selector title. So this id we are selecting, and dot value. So by dot value, what happens, whatever we will type here, it will be stored here. So dot value is that. So this always happen, I don't know why it is happening nowadays. This will take the node value and it will break my whole program. And the second one, will be, let me copy it from here, author. Third one will be ISBN, save it. And then I have got the form values, but now what I want to do, so what we're doing here, let me write it also. I will forgot add a book, display books. Okay, so we're doing that, and then we are going to validate it. Means the user, it can happen that user will just click on add a book without adding anything, so, or adding two things, but all of the three things are necessary. So if title triple equal to empty string, or we are taking author triple equal to this string, or ISBN triple equal to this, then what happens, will give an alert, please fill in all the fields. Okay, else, let me take it in the top, else const book equal to new book. So this is, so wait for a sec, this is the way in which we instantiate an object, author comma, let me type, then I will tell more, ISBN. So what is happening here, see, new book I'm taking, I have a book class, so it have a constructor, so it will create a title, author, and ISBN. So I cannot create anything without it. So as I told, constructor only runs once, so I have to create an object first. So I have to use a new keyword, and book is the class name, this class name. Okay, so this is how it is created, and then I will add this book. So adding this book, UI dot add book to list. So I am adding it here, add book to list. So it's a static, that's why I have to use UI and book. Okay, so book, I'll do a save. Let me go here and add a book. So please fill all the field, means it is working. Let me give title some urban monk book I am reading nowadays. I don't know, I just forgot the name. I'm audible, I'm listening, and he's known as Jay Shetty. And please fill all the book. So it will give this, I have to give this ISBN also. So this I am reading on audible. So I click add a book, and it is been added here. Okay, so now the input box are remaining even after we are clicking here. So let us first clear it, because it is not right user experience. We generally clear it. So after this adding a book, let us UI dot clear fields. So UI dot clear field means again we have to create a static method here inside our UI. So we come here, static, did I copied it? No, clear fields, and document dot query selector, let us copy this. equal to empty string. So this is how we do it. We'll say vv and author, the last one is ISBN, we are emptying it. Okay, so let me refresh it. Add book urban monk, and it got refreshed. And journey back home, this is again by some monk. I'm going to read this after this, after my urban monk is complete. Add journey some monk. So it is like this, it is working and it got replaced. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do, we are going to add the logic to delete the book when you click on the delete button. These are the delete buttons. When you click on it, it should, anyways these are not retaining. If you refresh it, see what will happen, only these two retains, because this we had hard coded. And there is the way to retain something is have a complete app and store it in the database. Well, that is the way to return it, but temporary also we can return in a way. I will going to tell soon. Yes. So, but real apps are made like this. Whenever we add something, you send a post request, and the database is there. You store it there. You hit endpoint, and the database will get activated, and you store it, and it will show. And then you see those things and then you can delete it. So this is how post works in Facebook. You, when you click the post, it will post and it will show in the Facebook. Okay, so and we can delete something else, what happens. But so this let us now add the logic to delete. So after this, remove a book. This is the actually the event. So document dot query selector hash book dash list. I am selecting hash book dash list. So book list, you might guess this is complete book list. I'm selecting that. Okay, so let me show one thing. What is this book list? Book list is the complete thing. So I will explain the logic, and inside that we are creating a tr and all with this, and a Gatsby project is one, and the next tr is this advanced Gatsby project. So I'm targeting the whole book list. Okay, I'm targeting the whole book list. This is a very important concept, targeting the whole book list. Then add event listener. I'm listening for the click event on the whole. E UI dot delete book. We are soon going to create this. Okay, so e dot target. So e dot target I'm passing. Then again, this is the static method of UI. So let me copy it and see, everything is inside this class only. This class is this yellow one is for this class. I have some nice extension which show this color codings. So we have to do it here. Static delete book el element whatever. So I want to do one more thing. Console.log el. Okay, See, generally what will happen, a user will come here and he will click here, but he can click here also, even here also, then see what will happen. So it will select the TD. So TD, what is the TD? TD is book title. He actually clicked here. So the target is whatever he clicks on. Okay, table data. This table data, after the table row, this is the table data. So if I click here, I'll get this. If I click here, I will get this. If I click here, I'll get this anchor. Okay, because this target is this EL. So then this anchor list, I will get a if EL dot parent element, no, not EL dot parent element, EL dot class list. Class is L is capital dot contains delete. As I've told that we have added a delete here, so delete class here, so it contains that delete class. Then so we are using this logic so that if the user clicks here, it should not delete it. If the user clicks here, it should not delete it. Will only delete when clicks here. Then it will open this and it will say that it contains the delete. Yes, it is, it contains the delete. And wherever he clicks here, this logic will not run. Okay, so then el dot parent element thought parent element dot remove this, remove, we are removing it. So parent element or parent element what, so we are actually removing this complete table row. So parent element of is table is, so if you delete a book, it should, whole thing should get deleted, not only that one. So we are deleting the complete table row, we are deleting. Let me close it. And then if I delete it, it gets deleted. If I delete it, it's at delete. Okay, so this is like this. Now all of the things are done, means we can add a book, we can delete a book, so these are there by default, and we can add something else. Journey back home, some monk, and add a book, then delete them. So we can do these things, but if we refresh it, the hard coded things are there. So what we are going to do, we are going to use something known as the local storage. So local storage is a concept in which every browser have a local storage, so we can store in those things. So this is a way to do it for a small projects. It is good. So if you're creating something, yeah, it is in use in many practical projects also, and in bigger projects also. Local storage, you sometimes store some small things in the local storage, and you don't send it to the database, so you can do those things. So that's why sometimes when you clear the cookies, so those gets deleted. So local storage, let's go to local storage. So it will again be a big big logic. So we will create another class. Okay, so this class, let us have a class all at the same place. So this class is here, and after this, store class handles storage. Okay, so class store static get books, let books if so local storage will be accessed by local storage dot get item. So we can get all the item which is stored in the local storage. Books triple equal to null means we don't have anything inside it. See how we use all the concept in JavaScript. Null we are using here. Books equal to an empty array. So if we have no books, then let me have some space. Else books equal to JSON dot parse. So we have to parse it. Actually it is we generally store as a string, local storage string, but it's a JSON object, a type of a string, a JSON string you can say. Local storage dot get item and books. Okay, so books is there, and then inside it return books. Okay, static add book not this const books equal to store dot get books. So add books, it is getting this from this only, this static store dot get books it is getting, and then books dot push book. We are passing the book, the add book, and then so local storage is two things. One is a get item, one is a set item. So these are methods on local storage, and these are all keyword. This local storage set item. See how it is appearing. So it is a books, and so the first parameter is where we are setting. The second parameter is what we are setting. So JSON dot stringify. So we always have to stay as a string. So JSON is string. So stringify books. Okay, so the next thing is static remove book ISBN. So again we are first going to have this, and then books dot forEach. We'll have two things, book comma index. So whenever we run something like this, we can have the index also in the forEach. Book dot forEach if book dot ISBN triple equal to ISBN, then we're using the books dot splice. So there are many methods, not splice, Yes, splice only. Slice is also there, so I was confused. Index, comma, fun. So that's why index. So remove that at the index and the one element. It will remove at that index and one element. It will remove. Okay. So this is like this, and then local storage dot set item. So we have to again set the item because we have just removed it. So local storage set item books, just under stringify books. So these books, it got changed, but it have we have to push it to the local storage. Okay. And we will go up and go up, and what we are going to do, we are going to delete this. Let me comment it out for now. And the stored book, we what we want now, we want store dot get books, store dot get books. So it will get all the books from here. So store dot get books, and then let us go to the where is our book form. Yeah, submit. This book form is there. So when we add book to the list, which is to display, add book to the list, so it will display. Then we'll also store it in the local storage. So store dot add book and book. So for displaying we have a different UI, for storing we have a different. So this is add, this will show it here, and this will add it to the local storage. Okay, so this will add it to the local storage, and it will also display it. So we are first displaying it also when everything get loaded, and we added the logic to add also. So that's why we created that. So when we click on the add book submit. Okay, so let me save it. Now I don't have anything. Urban monk, some monk, add book, edit. So this got added because of the UI. And journey back home, Shetty. So it also got added because of the UI, but it also get stored in the local storage. So let's go ahead. But now what is happening if you remove this thing? So this will remove only from the UI, not from the local storage, and we want to remove from the local storage also. So before clicking, so let me remove it from the local storage also. So yeah, we have remove book. So we have already written it for that that thing which we have written. So remove book is already there. So let us add the logic when we click on it, when we remove a book. So this will remove it from the our UI, but we want something to remove it from our store also. Store. So we can think of it like a database, store dot remove book. So this you can use as a your local project a lot. You deploy it, means deploy it in some index.html, some site, and you can use it for yourself. So it will always have the correct data because the local storage is stored. Whatever. So store dot remove book e dot target dot parent element dot previous element sibling dot text content. Yeah, so let me save it, and when I delete it, got deleted. Okay, so our project is done actually. I don't remember actually where is the local storage. Okay, here is the local storage. Oh, see, the book is created and it has got urban mall, author some monk, because we have this only. Delete it, it is gone. Okay, so journey back home, some monk, something, add book. It adds here also and here also. Here's also as an array of object. So this is how local storage works. So see, I'm refreshing it and it is not going away because this got stored in the local storage. So this is how powerful local storage is. You can create your own little app with this. So this completes this project also, and today's live session also, in which we covered the ES6 and this powerful project also. So so I think you liked it. So we will meet again next week. So and we will soon complete this our journey which we have started. So this was the 12th day. Hope you liked it. Please share these things and please subscribe to my channel. This helps to grow a channel. Please like this video, because if you like this video, then only it can reach to more people and they will able to see it. So please like this. Okay, so thank you all. So I am ending this broadcast now. Thank you all. Or someone is asking something, what the course is. It is part of free. So you can check my channel, means there's a past part of the free web development. Yeah, I have used local storage for it. Okay, so thank you all. So I'm ending the broadcast.